Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's podcast live stream. I'm your host, Ryan Laley, and joining me, as again, is Bill. Say hello, Bill.
Hi, everybody. Guten Nacht.
Guten Nacht.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
It depends where you are.
Well, for some people, it's not even good night. It's good morning. It's all sorts of hours a day. So, the pleasure of time zones. The pleasure of time zones.
Yeah.
Which is always a
Anyway,
problem for
hello,
me.
everyone.
But never mind.
Time zones are a problem for you.
Always, yeah, because like there's a time like change obviously happens twice a year, but it happens differently based upon what country you're in. So, like some will be a week before, some will be the week after, and in the States it's even more confusing because some states don't even do it. And so when people book sessions in for me, it's like, oh, I thought it was this time. Like, no, it's this time. It always gets annoying. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ryan Lady Games podcast, a podcast where we talk about all sorts, really, but we're mostly here to discuss about games, game industry stuff, and we offer you the chance to also join in by using the chat. You can join in with chat, and today's topic we'll be talking about a lot of is about the GDC rebrand that's happened. If you don't know about that, we'll shed some light on it, but a few other things as well, like the EA sale and other things that are happening in the industry. And I think ultimately comes down to a discussion which would be like the state of the industry, really, and where things are going. And no doubt I'll have that conversation and podcast numerous times about the state of the industry, because it's a bit of a messy one. But yeah, so how's your week been, Bill? What have you been up to?
Pretty manic. I've got to try and work out how to... I say I've got to. I decided to do this like at the start of the week. I need to try and work out how to make a projection of Guimar from K-pop Demon Hunters for my daughter's birthday party.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking have it like projected on one wall where like the food is, so it looks like Guimar's over the food.
That's cool.
And in my head, it's going to be really easy, but I don't think it is, and it's probably not going to happen. So I've not said anything to my daughter about this because, I'm hoping that the kids will just turn up and it will terrify them. How about you?
What's what I've been up to? I've been working as always, but I've been doing some really cool things lately. So there was a couple of years ago, I would say more than a couple of years ago now, about 3-4 years ago now. Before I started working on Mimic, I was working on an idea for a game. Which was like a firefighting game, where it's like a party game where you're firefighters, very Fall Guys, slapdash type thing, top-down, overcooked looking game, where you are fighting fires with lots of physics-based stuff going on. And I stopped making it because it was not working. I couldn't figure it out. And I wanted to highlight a point of, okay, we'll come back to it. We're not going to solve it right now. We'll come back to it when we're a bit smarter, a bit more knowledgeable about what's going on. And yeah, so I went back to it today, and yeah, got it working. It looks really cool. I say it looks really cool. It's all block out and looks really crappy, but it works. And you can run around with a hose, and it's sort of like you're tethered by a hose, and you're spraying physics water everywhere, and it blowing particles everywhere, and all the furniture goes flying across the room. It's really cool. So it was like,
I remember
nice.
you talking about this years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, it's
What was the game we were playing? It was you had to like fix a ship as it was getting blasted apart. We played it at...
Yeah, that was the Overcooked sort of rip-off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember
what the festival was. It was the one at Tobacco Dock.
Yeah, that was Rezzed.
Rezzed?
Yeah. Was it Space Cadet?
That was cool.
Okay, no, I can't. It was Space something.
Something space.
Something space. But yeah, other than that,
space.
So yeah, other than that, just working on things, getting other bits working. I went back and I was trying to figure out what game to be behind it, like recently, and I decided to reinstall and replay from the beginning South Park: Stick of Truth. So
yes,
and for no reason that. I last time I played it, 100%ed it. I've done everything in that game as well. So it was very much like I just wanted to play something that was pretty chill. I remember it being quite an easy game and pretty chill game. It's funny as hell. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play this. This has been my come down of the night. Just like, okay, let's just play a bit of this and now and then. So I'm just done the bit where we've just recruited the girls, and we're now attacking Clyde's tower. But
I'll be honest, I've only played Fractured Butthole.
So I haven't played that one, and
It's great.
I do want to go. I've got it installed ready to play after this one, so I'm whipping through this one quickly. Just because I have fond memories of it, and then I'm going to go back into Fractured Butthole.
There's like a little Easter egg in Fractured Butthole of the most powerful enemy is Morgan Freeman. You can trigger a fight with him. Yeah. So he's basically undefeatable.
Okay.
But I mean, we'll have some discussions about this game off air where I won't lose my job.
Yeah.
There are some hilarious moments in that game that I quote, not in front of classes.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So I've just been playing that again as a way of just chilling out, trying to go around collect all the gym Pokemon and all the other things.
Gym Pokemon in it.
Yeah, and it's Stick of Truth. Yeah, you have to find 30 of them. That side thing. It's really good.
How does Nintendo feel about that?
Wow.
Here comes my Pokemon hate.
Yeah, maybe.
We all knew it was coming.
Every week, there's a bit of Pokemon hate.
Every week. If you give me a chance, I'll find a way. I'm just seeing if I can open up the Discord as well as our live chat. So GDC, should we start with that?
Yeah, okay. So you've never been to GDC, I'm assuming.
I thought it was a general dental council, so
as Google will tell you if you type in GDC. So for those who don't know, the GDC is the Game Developer Conference that happens every year in San Francisco, and every year people whinge about it because it's so expensive. Not just the event. I think like the ticket to the actual, like the full ticket for the whole thing, it's like $1,500, and then you've got to pay for your travel, flights. And just staying in San Francisco itself is expensive as hell. So people are a bit salty on it. And over the past few years, where the industry has been a bit on the back burner a little bit and struggling to get off the ground a bit, GDC, I've been to it the last 2 years. The first time I went in 2023, the $1,500 ticket, you can find your own way there. So I think in 2023, it was good. 2024. Yeah, I found it all right. I found it good fun, and it was. People said it was a bit quieter, but it didn't feel it. It felt all right. This year felt very quiet. The show floor, although it was still the same size and all that, it just felt less showy and less in your face and less important. And it felt like everyone got a bit of fatigue on it all. And I think it's just that's the state of like just America in at the moment and San Francisco in general with the economies and things like that. But it's been a pain in the butt. And for those who don't know, the GDC happens, but alongside that, all around it, because everyone's in the same place now, in that week, they host a load of their separate side events that happen all around it too. So at different clubs, different networking things. Day of the Devs happens, which is like another thing that's run by Double Fine crew. Lots of little things that are satellite to the GDC. So GDC now have tried to rebrand themselves to sort of be an umbrella to capture all of that stuff and say, hey, we're the festival of gaming. And try to and it feels like to me they're trying to be more, well, less business to business, so less B2B and more consumer focused. I reckon that's going to be more of a thing. I don't know how it's going to go down. I can imagine next year's turnout being pretty low for various economic and political reasons. But if, regardless of all that, the game industry itself is in this weird space where people just can't afford to take the time out and travel halfway around the world just to catch up with people over coffee. So it's a weird one.
So is it like an expo or is it literally just a networking event?
Yeah, it's both. So it's an expo, networking events going on, and it has peer like training sessions as well. So you can go to like training sessions and where people are sharing their knowledge and experiences. That is good, and there's a lot of good stuff there, but its relevance is waning, which is an
Yeah.
interesting thing to think about.
I mean, a couple of things off the back of that. Obviously, was it last year we did EGX MCM? Is that
Yeah,
last year?
yeah, last year. Yeah, this time last year.
Well, I've got to be honest with you. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older and I'm starting to see. Look, I feel like people are going to start to think I'm just this grouchy old man, but I feel like I need to just be honest about how I feel about things. It just helps me get it all out, if nothing else. When we did that, I remember being a kid and thinking, like, the first games festivals I went to, they felt like there was something going on.
Yeah.
And then, like, EGX part of it was pretty cool. There was some cool things going on, but there was also just so much. I don't know. It was a shopping market,
Yeah.
and that's how I felt. I mean, obviously EGX after COVID, it was like a quarter of the size that it usually was. I feel like it's never really come back. Comic-Con, I don't really know. I just think expos are starting to kind of die
Fade a little
out.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're charging, so what is 1,500 quid for the ticket to go, or is that like all your flights included?
No,
Or is
that's
it
just
1,500 quid?
getting entry to the talks, the expo, and
What do I
that's
get for
it.
that?
What I just said.
I mean, I want, yeah, but that's not enough.
No.
1,500 quid.
All in all, if you were to do everything, it would cost you, depending on what hotel you're staying at. But if you, let's assume you're staying at one of the ones that are right by the square, which is probably the most expensive part of San Francisco, by the way. You're looking at spending $6,000 for a week.
Right. I was going to say, if I'm spending 1,500 quid on a ticket, it's bold of you to assume I can afford a hotel.
Yeah.
I will be taking a tent and I'll be sleeping on Skid Row.
Yeah, no, it's a shame because it is a cool event. It is fun, but it's just hamstrung by it being in San Francisco. I feel like you could do a lot more by going in other places. And I think the one in the UK is pretty good. So the one in the UK is Develop, which is in Brighton. And that one I will be going to because it's down the road. I could drive to it, literally. But it's also a lot cheaper and it's less... I don't know how to describe it. It feels less corporate and less like, here we got multi-million-dollar marketing budgets to spend here, so we're going to spend it. It feels more like, hey, we're developers, let's just share ideas and get together and have a drink and have a good time. So it feels a lot more camaraderie than that. So I'm looking forward to trying that one next year, I think. But GDC is going to be a miss for me next year.
So, yeah, I think just this whole structure needs to be rethought in general. Like 1,500 quid, and I don't really get anything for it.
Yeah, I mean how much? Have they released the ticket prices yet for next year? I don't know.
I don't know. If it's cheaper than 1,500 quid, feel free to send me if you want, as you in your place.
No.
It'd just be me moaning for the whole time. I'll just basically talk about Pokemon. But then again, like it doesn't have to be. What was the one we just did at the university?
Oh yeah, that was a free one basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
GDLX.
GDLX. That was good fun. And you know what? I feel like after walking out of there, got loads of good contacts and stuff.
Sorry, I'm making weird noises with the internet. Yeah, no, I think the smaller ones are definitely the way to go. It feels like it's just. You're in a weird spot because you need to get noticed, but you can only get noticed in big places. But no one wants to go to the big places, and the big places cost a lot. And it's exhausting to try and think of like reasons why you should and why you shouldn't go, and then try and justifying it. It's very, very difficult. But I think you're right. The whole exhibition scene in general for games, film, comics, everything has just lost a lot of its buzz. Like. You remember when Comic-Con used to happen in like San Diego, and then you just have like a week of just constant news and updates of things have been announced and revealed and teased and like constantly all week long. And like, I feel like this year it's come and gone, or the last one just came and gone, and I didn't notice anything happening.
No, I think as well. I don't know. Is it just the way the games are going now as well? No one really wants blockbusters. Everyone kind of just wants live service, free games. It seems to be just the way it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that just me?
I mean,
Again.
yeah, maybe. I mean, it was also, I think. Well, I don't know what to think because like some companies are pushing for these AAA big titles, but then they're realizing that they can't be sustainable, and so they're losing money on them. And we're also seeing on the other side these smaller titles do very, very well, and so are people just going to be pushing for that instead? I don't know. Might be a better thing to do.
Respawn. I think it will bring new eyes to the subject.
Hopefully,
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
hopefully, that's the whole point of a rebrand, isn't it? To get new eyeballs on it for people that are getting a bit fatigued by the old stuff. They're like, okay, what are we going to do here? Bring it in. You know, I say it was very weird having all these sort of satellite events, but they weren't. None of them were official. The way you found out about them was because someone on LinkedIn was keeping a Excel spreadsheet of them all, and that's how you found them.
Yeah.
There's just so many going on, and and some are better than others. I went to a few, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I'll go back to hotel.
I
Yeah,
was thinking about that time that you drove us to a hotel and it turned out that we was in a completely different
wrong place. Yeah, we're not.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah. That was great fun. Was that the night that we very nearly had to share a single bed?
yeah, yeah.
I'll get you one day.
It went all wrong. It went all wrong.
Yeah. I think it went all right for me, mate. It was my one chance and you scuppered it by sleeping on the floor. I will just say, everyone, that Ryan's not only a great tutor for your game design documents, he's also a gentleman. He let me have the bed. Floodlight
Because I wasn't paying you.
says... Is that... Hey, listen. Cozy. It was very cozy. I just hope I didn't keep you up with my snoring.
No.
I feel like a lot of games are just clones of other games without bringing anything new to the table from Floodlight. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I agree. And again, this is just like the cynic in me. I think I just come across as just so grumpy in these podcasts, but I feel like it's a character I need to keep up at this point. That's my issue. I really liked, for example...
Yes, toxicity. We are live. Sorry, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, what was I going to say? The what was that game I really liked recently? Ghostwire. Like, I really liked that because it felt different because it wasn't like you've been saying about Spider-Man. It wasn't New York, it was Tokyo, and it wasn't just zombies, it was ghosts, and it was kind of the same stuff, but they did it well. My camera just did a weird thing. I don't know if it's still working.
Yeah, we still see it.
I think
Fine.
it is. It just did a weird.
No, you're
took
good.
A picture
You're
of
good.
me.
That's just people hacking you and taking pictures of you. That's fine.
Well, they're going to be disappointed.
No, I would say the same with Floodlight. Like every time, I think one day we should do a live react to one of these revealed events where they go, okay, here's some new games we're announcing, and make a drinking game out of it. Because if you see a game that is basically Dark Souls ripoff, have a shot. If you see an anime game, have a shot. You'd be plastered within 5 seconds, I feel like.
You'd be dead.
Yeah. I'm so sick and tired of Dark Soul-esque. Dark fantasy. We're making it hard to make it edgy. And I cannot tell you anything apart because they've all got boring names. Hang on, let me get a list of them. Hang on. Dark Soul-like games 2025. So...
Oh, there was that Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah.
But I quite like that because I like the... what was the game that made... Do you know what? Me and you, back in the day, we went to a seminar on it. Was it Enslaved? It's based on the same story?
Oh, yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
monkey god.
Journey to the West story.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. Like that was great. Love that. But yeah, like you said, it's just I saw Black Myth and I was like, is this not just Dark Souls but with you play monkey from
Yep. Yeah, so here's a load of them that came out of Dark Souls like games. I mean, some of them are not. I wouldn't count. So Lords of the Fallen, and then you've got speaking of Black Myth Wukong, you've also got Wu Chang, Fallen Feathers, Soul Frame, Nine Souls. That's two different games, by the way. That's not a game that came out this year. Hold on, I don't trust this list. Hang on, they all got
I'm
weird,
looking at the
shocking names.
I'm just watching the red flashing light on my camera battery, which was
If it
full when
goes
I
quiet,
started.
if it goes down, it's fine. We can still hear you. It's fine.
I've got the webcam on the laptop. You just have to deal with me in low res.
Yeah. So you got Elden
I,
Ring, obviously came out. Then you got Lords of the Fallen 2. I can't remember Lords of the Fallen 1 coming out. But whatever. The first Berserker, Kazan. AI Limit. Don't know what that is. Dubba, Land of Waterscar.
what does that mean?
No, I don't know what any of these means. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Ballad of Antara. Oh, someone just mentioned that in the chat. Who was it that mentioned in the chat? Ross Langston. Basically a gacha game across GTA cross Spider-Man cross. What the hell is that? That sounds like a bastardization of tons of games. I've never heard of this game. Ballad of Antara. Oh, we've switched cameras to your.
With switch cameras, was it subtle? Did you notice?
Yeah.
There you go. Let me fix my lighting a little bit. That's better. I'm gonna just play around with these settings a little bit while you keep talking about Dark Souls rip-offs.
Yeah, I'm just basically sick and tired of them. I'm so bored of these things. And there's also like another one that I feel like gets overplayed quite a lot of is the Animal Crossing like cozy, we got a farm, here's your village, be nice to people games. There's a lot of those.
Yeah. What's the other one that always really winds me up? I think I said about it last time. Just the PvP. There's a storm or gas cloud
Oh, the
or
Battle Royale games, yeah.
Warzone, Battle Royale, Fortnite. Do you know what one I thought was going to be really good? And I thought it failed, but I keep seeing lots about it now. Is that Splitgate?
Oh yeah. They got it's that's more like an Overwatch-esque or hero shooter type game. But yeah, the sequel of that looks pretty good. I think the lead developer of that got in a bit of hot water though recently. For some comments.
Spill the tea.
I can't remember what he said now. It was something like just like how games are all crap and people are lazy, and all the developers are like, shut the f up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still there's this this Animal Crossing type thing, like Pokemon coming out with basically Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of a single game that's really stood out to me. I really liked that little phase we had of limbo type games.
Oh yeah.
And I guess we have that with
platformer basic games, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Good afternoon. Yeah. Is it afternoon where you are? We were just talking about time zones. Where is everyone? That's what I want to know.
Everywhere.
Everyone is everywhere.
Yeah. I've got a chat question from Twitch. I'm trying to get into game dev, so I heard Unity is a good start to learn. It doesn't really matter where you start. I obviously specialize in Unreal, but you can jump into any engine really and start learning. Just pick one and go with it. It's all fine.
What's the one we used to use in the college? Oh, Game Maker. I was good at that one.
Game Maker Studio. Yeah.
I was good at Game Maker Studio.
Yeah. I haven't used it for years, Game Maker Studio.
What was the game that was made in that? Was it Hotline Miami?
Yep. There's quite a few, but yeah,
Oh.
that's one.
What a wonderful game that was as well. So, yeah, that's GDC. I still can't believe you haven't taken me to San Diego, to be honest.
San Francisco.
Where else have you been? Well, same thing. It's all America, isn't it?
Where have I been? I've been San Francisco for work-wise. San Francisco, New York, Prague, and that's it.
Where have you ever taken me?
Like, I was meant to go to India for a thing, but my visa didn't come through in time. So I got to the airport and waited to see if it came through in time before the flight, and it didn't. So I didn't go there. But yeah.
Maybe we should start our own GDC. What do we call it? I'd call it GDC. Just to piss them off.
The General Dental
Council.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would call it.
No, we're not based in the US. We're based in the UK.
Good old Blighty.
Yeah.
There you go. Cool.
So other news that happened. Like, I don't think it's been finalized yet. But EA sold to some Saudi group of people, investors, for 55 billion, which
that's a crazy amount of money.
I mean, it is. EA at the moment, I feel like on such a downward turn. Like, if you think about what games they've actually got that are worth anything, the only thing that's worth anything on there is Football and Madden and Battlefield, maybe.
Oh, Battlefield! I'd spend 55 billion on Battlefield. I'd spend 56. Have you ever been? I just like because 55 billion is a lot of money, right? There's this website called Spend Bill Gates's Money.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, someone showed me that before.
It's like that's like 100 billion. What's that? 100 million? How many zeros are in a billion?
9. No. Yeah, 9. No. 9. Yeah, 9.
That was a roller coaster.
Yeah. I went through a lot of emotions there. It's because
that's what I went through.
I grew up with knowing a billion as a million, but that's not the case. It's 1,000 million, isn't it?
Is it?
I thought I don't know. I think there was a case of like being different in America versus different in the UK. So billion.
According to Google, a billion is a very large number or amount of something.
Yeah, 9 zeros. Yeah, 1 and 9 zeros.
Yeah, 55 billion. My question is, why did they sell it? Has EA been going down? Like, what's EA's worth?
I think
been?
so. I don't know if it's them going down, but I don't think they're in the up at all. I think they have had a few stinkers, and games are expensive, and Saudi Arabia at the moment is trying to diversify its economy away from just oil. So they've chosen games as their thing, and so that's why a lot of Saudi investors are buying companies and investing large swaths of cash into a company. Not my company, but companies. And so it was like, I think a case of, I think it was just a perfect storm of EA being unsure, maybe their shareholders are unsure of where things are at with it, because if you think about their hits, they're pumping out FIFA and Madden every year. They do good numbers, obviously, but then you've got what else? Battlefield, but it comes out every 3-4 years, and then I
thought they kind of had a monopoly on it. I thought they were one of those umbrella companies that
they used to be. Like, let's have a look what EA games are coming out this year.
Right, they got The Sims, yeah, just on there. Battlefield 6.
Yeah, that's coming. But Sims isn't new. Sims has been out and gone. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, but they've got a great cash grab with that with all the add-ons.
Yeah. Like, legacy games like that will just keep coming. But if I go to coming soon on their website, there are 3 games on there. One's Battlefield 6, one's Plants vs Zombies Replanted, and the other one is Star Wars Zero Company. And that's at XCOM. That's the 3 games they've got on their whole website. And considering the sheer size of EA, that's kind of crap to have. Like, if you think about the amount of studios that they have underneath their belt, like, honestly,
What was the
that's
game,
terrible.
the
3
Star
games.
Wars game that failed recently? The one where you've got like a dog thing.
Oh,
You ride the
Outlaws. That was
bike
Ubisoft.
around.
Yeah.
Was that Ubisoft? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were they not? I thought Ubisoft was part of EA.
No,
Am I
no.
making this up now?
Yeah, you're making it up.
I'm just making it up to go along. I wouldn't listen to me. I'm trying to think of a single EA game that I've bought recently.
They've released. So you got FIFA or FC, whatever they call it, Madden. Skate is EA.
Skate's good.
Split Fiction, that done well. And that's it for this year. That is it for this year. So for as a company, if you can get sold, if you're making 3 games, 6 games a year, I mean, those other ones are like, one's a remake and one's, hasn't got a timeline of when it comes out. I think 55 billion. I think I would take that as well if I was EA.
I'd take 55 billion.
What is their annual? Because obviously they're the public at the moment, so
I'd take £10.
This is them
Just
going. This is them going private again, and I don't think it's ever a good sign when a company goes from public to private ownership.
Now, EA is American, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has this got anything to do with Trumpy and his tariffs? Because
Unlikely.
I say this, what happened on the 28th of January? Or the 22nd of January, sorry, because their value
that's when Trump became president.
Well, their value tanked then, and basically it kind of stagnated, and it didn't pick up until August of this year. And now it's been bought out. It's higher than it was a year ago. If you look over the last 5 years, it kind of towards the end of 2024 picked up a bit, but it has just basically been going down and stagnating the whole time. Now, I don't know what these numbers mean. Oh, is this per share? 100 and so the highest.
That's how much
it's
it's worth. Yeah, but that's not how much they've made. Like,
so 166.67 US dollars in 2024, and now it's 201. So I'm guessing that's per share.
Probably, yeah. But obviously they're about to be bought out, so people might be like quickly grabbing shares and selling them on. But you got like
sell or buy.
I'd say
buy or sell. I don't know what it is.
You probably want to buy shares because obviously when it gets sold, you get a share of it.
I'd crash the economy if I had anything to do with this.
I don't know. I'm pretty certain that's how it works. But yeah, but they're making about 7 billion a year.
Oh, that's not much, really, is it?
I mean, let's look what Activision are doing.
There's loads of comments are coming. Sorry, people. I'm on
a rabbit hole now. I'm a rabbit hole. Activision.
No, absolutely. Minecraft was sold for 2 billion.
Yeah.
That's
made that money back in droves. I mean, the film itself made $1 billion. So, like,
wow.
You know,
how much did it cost to make?
What, the film?
Yeah. What was the budget for the film? I'm gonna Google it. The budget for the Minecraft movie
150
was 150 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But how much did they make? I think it broke $1 billion.
Minecraft movie profits 955 million
close
worldwide.
To it, okay. But yeah,
its final net profit remains undisclosed.
Oh yeah, you won't know that. They don't want to talk about that, do they?
500,000, and that was probably my stepson. So
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's so like I mean, Minecraft was a good deal with that sense, and FIFA itself makes a lot of money, but I feel like 55 billion is not the greatest I mean, I think
Ah,
it's not the greatest to be switched from one to the other, like private to public. Yeah, they
we
have
got an
Bioware
in.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at this. Yeah, I worked for EA on Star Wars Battlefront 2 as a QA test lead. Was not a fun company. I want to hear more about that. Why was it not fun? I mean, QA, is that so? Because I have a lot of students who want to go into quality for games because they think they just get to play games and they're like, oh, I'm good at games, so I could play games
Nothing
all
about being
day.
good, about being patient
No,
and
yeah,
bored, senseless usually.
yeah, playing the same like 30-second segment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Usually trying to break it.
You're also playing broken games. Keep that in mind. You're not playing a finished game. You're playing a broken game, and so people like games, but they like finished ones, not broken ones.
It's
So it's very
basically
different.
playing any game I've ever tried to build.
Yeah.
I'm quite good at that.
Oh, but yeah, we're all good at that.
EA do PGA Tour.
I think
I
so.
think so.
Yeah, I think so. But I don't think. I mean, it does well, but it's not like FIFA numbers. FIFA is their biggest seller by far.
EA Sports is up for sale. That's what they should change their little thing to. Um, I'll stop making crap jokes now. Yeah, I just find the game industry's in a weird state. Um, what is the whole like the head of
hmm
Nvidia?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
E-
Nvidia,
Nvidia.
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 Yeah, his whole thing about AI and stuff. I know we were going to talk about AI, weren't we? But we're going to do
You
that in
would
a
probably do it in
separate
another
week.
week. Yeah, we'll probably do a whole thing on that.
Yeah, but like his whole thing about how AI is going to be doing most of the kind of coding work and this and that I want to know what effect that had on the value of these companies. Like, was it instant?
I mean, it'll have a dip, but barely any. It'll be more like the impact of AI on the company is so in flux at the moment. Like, no, because they're all trying to figure out how it all fits in. It will fit in. It's just a matter of like figuring it out. Um, so
I just
it's
wonder
a
how
wait and
damaging
see
that
mode.
is. Yeah, it's just little throwaway comments like that. Like Musk has done it loads of times, hasn't he? Makes a little
Yeah,
comment,
yeah,
posts a tweet, and then that's it. Like Tesla's worth half as much, you know. Um,
yeah. That's probably the public traded companies like that. It's so volatile to what market opinion is of your company. Um, so
so
I
this
mean,
is where I'd end up. I'd tank any company that I was with just because I would say something stupid, you know.
yeah, I know, but yeah. So yeah, but it was yeah. It's not just one investor. It's like a whole investment group in Saudi Arabia picked it up, or are picking it up. I don't think it's official yet. I don't think it's been signed. I think it's just floated. I think you have to go through all that, the shareholders and all that stuff to confirm. But I'm sure if they get told they're going to get a $55 billion payout, they'll be happy with that.
I just would have thought it'd be. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. I thought it would have been Disney. If anyone was going to buy out these companies, I feel like they're getting like the Simpsons made a joke about it before, didn't they?
They
But
own
like,
everything. Yeah.
yeah, it's becoming true. What's the BBC said about it? The consortium of buyers includes Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, Silver Lake, and Jared Kushner's affinity partners.
Yeah.
Why do I know that name?
Trump's
Was he
son-in-law.
this? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was the guy from Subway. You know, the problematic man from Subway. Is that not the same name?
Maybe I have no idea, but no, he's not that.
We've gone full circle to South Park, so I'm pretty sure he's in the South Park game as well. EA is known for making and publishing best-selling games such as I forgot about Mass Effect.
Yeah, but the last good Mass Effect game was when?
The first, the first one. Yeah.
Like
Um,
it was a good brand. They got a brand there, an IP, but that's all it is. Bioware working on it, maybe, but it's years of nothing going on with them. I just don't
oh,
see where
so
they're going with it.
The deal was only approved after Microsoft handed the rights to distribute the firm's games on consoles and PCs over the cloud
Oh
to
yeah,
Assassin's Creed maker Ubisoft. What was that following? Oh, Microsoft's $69 billion deal to buy the Call of Duty publisher Activision Blizzard.
yeah.
I mean, is that... I'll say that. They recently also bring out the remasters of Tony Hawk's. You can pay double if that's what I get. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Um,
Activision made sense because Activision's got quite a lot going for it under like everything. I mean, obviously they've got their own problems, but they've got a lot more like in recent history of things that make them money. Like Candy Crush for them makes more money than all the other games combined. That includes Call of Duty. Like it makes a stupid amount of money, and that be worth a ton on its own. And so yeah. I think
just
that's what
in
people
general,
need
mobile games. Yeah, I keep seeing a lot of memes about like gamers basically nowadays are more likely to be playing mobile games and stuff. They sound familiar. Silver Lake. Yeah, what's Silver Lake? It sounds like a company from like Stranger Things.
Probably one of these that just own tons of companies.
Seems like they own Unity. 16%
maybe.
or so.
Yeah.
Oh, they're an investment firm.
Yeah. They just got their pies, hands in all their pies.
Their pies are in your hands.
Yeah.
They've got their pies in your hand. Well,
yeah,
they probably
Unity.
do,
They have a bit
enough.
of Unity. Yeah.
So they do have their pies in your hand. My God. So EA.
They'll have loads. It goes on. There's tons.
Twitter, Expedia, Waymo. Oh my word. They do have their pies in your hand.
So many pies.
Alibaba, GoDaddy. Is GoDaddy still a thing?
Yeah. That's how my website is run.
GoDaddy. Yeah, that is insane. I mean, I could go into all my conspiracy theories about like how everything is run just by one company if you trace it back enough.
Yeah,
but
it's 10% probably.
That's for our other podcast, Ryan and Bill's Conspiracy Theories at Midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dell Technologies 22%, TikTok 50%. This makes me laugh because like my stepson was like, I really like Donald Trump. He bought back TikTok. And then I was like, yeah, but there's got to be some sort of financial gain in it for him, man. Like, and then went into this whole spiel, and then I remembered he's only 8.
Yeah.
So that conversation basically ended with, I like turtles. So yeah.
I think speaking of like the state of the industry, I think something that came to my realization, not just today, but something that has ground my gears like a lot.
Oh,
is
your turn.
My turn. The problem with the industry at the moment is if you want to get funding, publisher, any sort of support whatsoever, you need to demonstrate that you have good pedigree. Okay, you have to show that, we've released XYZ many games before on these many platforms with this many sales. You need to do all that first before anyone would consider you for a grant or a loan or a thing or anything like that. So if you want to get started in games, like as an indie developer, you have to do it all on your own. Like there's very little. There is some support out there for like the indies that have nothing, but if you don't have like people on your team that you can say, this person worked on The Sims for X amount of years, no one's going to really care about you. So it becomes sort of problematic where you can't get noticed, or you get in this sort of weird cycle where I need to get have a big sale first. So let's say Mimic, okay, for example, I need to sell Mimic and do very well with Mimic. But the problem with Mimic, selling that, is I need to market it. I can't get publisher support to market it without prior backing of a previous game that's done very well. How are you meant to get a game that does very well if you can't market it? It's not like you can release a game nowadays and be noticed. So many games get released, it's almost impossible to get noticed. So trying to do it all off your own back is extra difficult. I'm having a hard time doing it, and I have like a pretty large following on YouTube, and I'm having a hard time. And so trying to do it completely off nothing is really difficult. And so that I feel like needs needs to break somehow. And I don't think it will anytime soon because all the big publishers that have got or investors that have got money have been burned so much they don't want to give it out anymore or are very risk averse. Um, and that's a big problem at the moment. Is the risk aversion is causing um, stagnation in the industry. I think that's true for all industries actually. That risk averse nature just causes stagnation. Like if you look at film and TV, like it's the same things over and over again, from the same people.
Yeah, I was talking to someone at when we did GDLX actually. I think this was when you were doing your panic run looking for a modem.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was having this chat with them, and I was obviously saying like the problem is with um not the problem, the challenge with creating something like a multiplayer game. And I think this is why games like Midnight Ghost Hunt and stuff did okay, but then they quickly fall off.
Yeah.
Is like we had that discussion of like getting that boost so that people know it exists, so that day one play is happening.
Yeah.
So I was talking to someone there, and like they had been studying games marketing. I'd love it if they pop up in the chat right now, or on the Discord. But I was saying about like how important wish lists are, like wish list data, and how so many investors now look at wish list data. And they said to me that no, that isn't true. And I can't remember what their kind of rebuttal was to it. But I think that from what I've seen, that is true. Like the wish list is what investors want to see.
They want to see there's various things. So the different markers they look at. Wish listing is one marker they could look at. Another marker to look at is the team and it's making a game and their build up. So like I said, that CVs of the team. So what kind of games they've worked on, or what games they've released in the past. Another one is like what other investment have you had already in the game? So how much money's been sunken in by other people first. So they look at all these different factors to consider whether or not a game is worth investing in. But wish listing is important for that metric. It is also important because you have people wishlisting it. It means you have a direct line of communication to those people. So when you want to do an update, it will push an update email to all those people who've wishlisted the game. So that's quite important. And if it stays on their wishlist thing, they'll get notified every time it goes on sale. So it is worthwhile to have it wishlisting. And it's a good way, and it's the only way to really track as a developer whether people are interested in picking up your game. Like you can say as many platitudes as you want from people in the comments. Oh, that game looks really cool. I want to play it. If you don't have wishlist data to back it up or any other data metric to back it up, it makes it very difficult to do so. As platitudes can be empty. So. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, everyone go and wishlist Mimic, please, and
please do.
Chicking. When's Chicking out for wishlisting?
It already is, but Mimic is the bigger one. Do Mimic.
Okay.
I think we're at like 4,000 wishlists for it, which isn't too bad. But I reckon it could do a lot more. So that's why we started doing things like the vlogs. So I pushed out last week the first devlog of Mimic. I'm gonna try and do them on a fairly frequent basis, and hopefully people will like what I'm trying to do with it, because I was reading some comments from people like on Reddit about general devlogs, not my devlogs, but general devlogs, so what people like and don't like. And people were saying like they don't like it when they get a devlog and it's just a day in the life of the developer. Like, here, I'm gonna make a sandwich. Watch me make a sandwich. Like, okay, that's not that interesting. What's more interesting is talking about what problems you had to overcome, how did you overcome them, what kind of solutions have you been developing, those sort of things. And so I've done it on that sort of tilt of like, here's something that we've had to make for this game. And I can't do a tutorial on it because it's so unique to that game. But what's important, I think, is that messaging of this is us doing development and how we get past XYZ problems, I think. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Good question here from Ross. What percentage of wish lists usually turn into sales? Always see a range of stats anywhere from 50 to 70%. I remember there used to be some really good analytical tools. What was the one like when you were doing, what was your slime game? I'm awful with names.
Blob.
Blob.
Yeah.
Blob. I like that Apple's approach to being able to look at all those metrics and stuff. How does it work with Steam?
Yeah, you can still see all those metrics, but it's like most of those systems, the metrics are sort of behind closed doors, so you can only see really your metrics.
Right.
Not much more than that. So everything you hear from the wishlist data comes from just people just chatting and sharing their experiences. So yeah, I'm
wondering what that figure is. Like, what is the average rate of wishlist? The median Steam wishlist to sale conversion rate for the first month is around 20 to 27%.
Yeah, that's what I've
1
heard
year
about
conversion 60%. I wonder how much though, like cost of living and stuff, is affecting this. Like, how many people? Like, people in the chat, how many of you have not got games that you have your eyes on yet because you're just waiting for a sale or you're waiting for it to be free because you don't want to pay full price? That's always my question.
Yeah.
And hello, Iron Thumbs.
I think that's also true for like Game Pass and PlayStation Now, because people go like, oh, I'll just wait till it comes on Game Pass or whatever equivalent. I think the only one that people don't do that for is Nintendo games, because they don't do anything like that. But I think everyone just goes along, I'll just wait for it to come out on Game Pass and things.
Yeah.
Which
my entire games list is based on which ones are free on the Epic Store at this point. I don't think I've actually... The last game I bought was either The Forest or Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
But I think that's also quite a good thing, like, because my library is stacked full of great games.
Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't help the small developers. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No.
if you was to put your game up for free on Epic, like if they did that promotion, do you make any money?
No.
Yeah.
Like you unless you got a specific deal. Like every deal is a little bit different. So some will give you like, oh, we'll give you X amount for new subscribers, blah blah blah, whatever. But I think it varies case to case. But most people do it as a way to tie in with like a expansion release or DLC or microtransactions. They'll tie in with something like that. And so this is why I've been doing a thing with Mimic is to have it come out on Game Pass and PlayStation Network, things like that. So it's quote unquote free. It's not free because you still get paid for it to go on there. But it'd be... what it does, because it's a multiplayer only game, it boosts the rate of people that are playing it and seeing it and taking part in it. So people then...
So what do you get, like royalties for every download or something? So you get a percentage?
Again, it varies contract to contract, but yeah, generally speaking, you're looking at royalties for an X amount of time. So like for the first 6 months, you'll get X amount money. Sometimes they'll give you a flat rate. So Microsoft have been known to do this. They'll say, we'll give you this for this game to go on Game Pass, we'll give you 2 million. And the number crunching on the developer side may say like, well, that actually might work out good for us because that actually makes more than what we're estimating we would actually get if we were to sell this normally. So they go, sure. And so they do it for that, and you get one lump sum at the start, and that's it. It varies greatly depending on what the hell your game is currently doing. But the games on Game Pass don't naturally just come out of nowhere. They will be on there because that game's got traction already in conversations with people, like because it's got legacy, it's got pedigree behind it. People are talking about it already, and then Microsoft go, oh, that their ears pick up, and they go chasing after it and go, right, we want you to be part of Game Pass. So that's when they'll do that sort of thing.
Is that how it happened with yours then? Like it was a thing of because we were getting quite a lot of was it Yogscast and stuff like that were coming and speaking to us at EGX
Yeah,
for
yeah,
things
yeah,
like it picks up a lot of traction. Do you know what I find though? And it's the same in the film industry. The amount of conversations that I've had with people of like, oh, would you like, can you work on this? Or we're gonna do this and we'd love to get you in on it and stuff. And it quite often that doesn't convert. And
yeah,
that's one of the most frustrating things I think in any sort of creative industry is the amount of conversation to conversion of actually it happening. Um, I was meant to work on a film with oh, who was it? It was being produced by Johnny Depp.
no,
And
I
I
have
was
no
asked
idea.
if I wanted to, yeah, I was like, they were like, okay, yeah, well, we want to animate it, but like we can do the taking the photos for the animation, but we don't know how to edit it from there really. So what,
Okay.
how do we, and yeah, that never happened. Imagine that. I could have been on with Johnny Depp.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's true, and I think the thing to remind yourself of, and I have to tell myself this as well, as much as anything else, as I preach it, is yes, not many conversations will convert, but you only really need one to convert. You don't
Yeah.
need you're not going to get it on the first try, so you just do as many as you can, and just keep picking yourself up and going after it, chasing it again and again and again until you break through. Um,
Yeah.
it's a
It,
weird one. So I've been like debating whether or not Mimic should go with a publisher or go self-publishing with it, and that's something I've gone back and forward in my brain all the time. And I still, I'm not 100% certain, but it most likely going to be self-published. Um, just because the publishers I have spoken to and have had some sort of offers from have led to them like, oh, we want like 70% of it. I'm like, you're insane. Um, yeah,
70.
yeah, yeah, for the until it recoups the costs, and then you get like 50%. Things like that. And it was like, I'll keep shopping around. Um, yeah,
It's like Dragon's Den.
yeah. What's this
Or
from
what's the
Thomas?
American version? Shark Tank.
Yeah, Shark Tank. Yeah. Um, question for Thomas. I'm working on a similar game to Mimic. Means in a space of a co-op horror. Wishlist is very hard to lift. Is it purely Steam wishlist for Mimic, or following is helping equally at the moment? Um, Honestly, I don't know. A bit of both. Unfortunately, it's just me really doing it, so I don't have a marketing department to look at all these analytics and break down the stories behind analytics and data and figure out what is triggering what. I would love if I had one, but I just don't. I can't afford one. So, um, at some point, I will have to sit down and do that sort of an analysis of the metrics and say, like, okay, well, where the wishes are coming from? Like, is it coming from Asian markets mostly, or Western markets mostly, for example, or am I looking at mostly getting wish lists from people who own thousands of games versus people who own like only hundreds of games? There's the various metrics like that you can look at. And also building that following. And that's why I also do the devlogs. Is sort of it's sort of like marketing in a sort of sense as well, because you're talking about your game. So any indie developer needs to be talking about their game as much as possible. We'll have another conversation about that at some point as well in the future about indie talking, like how to talk about your game, because you can't just like, people are too precious of their ideas. They're like, I can't share it because someone might steal it. Like, if you don't share it, no one's going to know you exist. So you need to talk about it at some point. So talk about it, and talk about it a lot. Um, have you heard about the Oscars promotional run sometimes costs more than a movie itself? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That was a big part of one of my mates started his own music awards, the Heavy Music Awards, and a big part of that was to try and combat that whole thing of like how much it is just down to um, how much money essentially like record labels were willing to throw into things and what have you.
yeah,
can be a huge part of it. So yeah, doesn't surprise me. I mean, we all see that happen. Like the stuff that should win rarely does. But yeah, that was kind of like his way of trying to combat that.
Yeah, that's good.
so
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
But yeah,
shouts
no,
and love to the Heavy Music Awards.
Your marketing's expensive as hell. Like, basically you take your budget and double it, and that's going to be the marketing budget. So if you think it costs 100 million to make, you're going to spend 100 million to market it. Essentially, what you were looking at doing. But obviously, indie smaller people can't do that. I can't do that. Like, if I was to put a number on how much Mimics cost, it's hard to equate exactly because it's been mostly me trying to do it as often when I can. But I've had to put a figure on the number of hours I've spent on it. You're looking over the 2.5 years, 3 years of developing it. Again, all part time. About 150,000 probably. In like, if I were to equate those hours to working hours, it'd probably work out that. It basically worked it as a 9 to 5 job. Which is basically like a 2-year full, maybe less than that, actually, probably be about 100k. Because you're looking about 2 years. I think when I quoted it, I was doing it in dollars, so $150,000, which is probably about, I don't know, about £100,000. So yeah, that's about right.
Something about that.
Yeah. So
it's a lot of money.
Yeah, it works out a lot of money, but it's hard. Because it wasn't a transactional thing of like, here's 100,000, make the game to myself. It's just like what you equate your time and what your time is worth, and it's a bit difficult to do. That I need to get better at doing and compartmentalizing my time and understanding what that time costs to do. So if I spend time just making a funny little firefighting game, I need to know, okay, those 4 hours I just spent making that, how much that actually cost me to do, and equate it like that. It's not an exact science. It's very difficult to rationalize like that, but yeah, it is tricky. So yeah, next week, I mean, we'll be back again with a podcast next week. I don't know what the conversation will be about next week. I mean, at some point we mentioned it already. We're going to talk about AI and talk about indie promotion and getting noticed and recognized. I think we might do the AI talk unless something big happens in the world that we need to talk about. But I think AI.
I mean, the way the world's going, yeah, it will be. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like every week there's some huge, ridiculous news.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're heading to World War III soon, by the looks of it. If Poland and all that getting stuff near their borders like they are, and yeah.
Speed run, mate. I feel like I've done everything that the last 4 generations of my family have done in the last 5 years, like pandemics, global economical crises, World War, Yeah.
We
just need to land on the moon, and I've done it. Speed run.
Yeah. Do the best hits.
I've already started raiding. I'll tell you what, I'll be fine with, as long as I don't have to worry about my weapons breaking after 3 hits.
We'll talk about that
bring that one back.
Yeah, we'll bring that one back up, man. Yeah.
About how that's a terrible mechanic. But you all love it. Purina Pet Food Factory will be the currency of the new world. I've even got my leather gimpy stuff on. Or what's the point? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely time to dust off the old leather jackets and stuff, I imagine.
Yeah.
I just want a good zombie apocalypse. Is that so much to ask for?
I can't deal with it.
Why have I got to sit?
Like, because you watch those films, you always look at the people and go, why are you so stupid? Why are you doing this? But then you see people in real life, you're like, yeah, people are this dumb. They would do that. They would be this stupid and hide their bite from maybe
Not me, mate. Did you see the news about the girl being sent to live on Mars?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, she's been offered to live on Mars for the rest of her life. One-way trip.
It wouldn't be a very long life. Oh, Alyssa Carson. Is that her?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, Abigail Harrison, who goes by Astronaut Abby. Who is it? There's like 12 different girls popping up.
Yeah, it's. I don't think it's been confirmed, but yeah.
Oh.
Oh, one thing that happened last week, I don't know if you saw. Did you see the Wolverine trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks good. that looks good.
It's definitely not made for kids, is it?
No, I'm so glad they're doing it all gory. Like that's fun. Yeah, well up for that.
A one-way trip to set up and study the conditions of living on Mars. Just send me. I'll just do a Dr. Manhattan, make a giant crystal palace.
I don't know what I would do. Nothing would happen. You'd just be like just sitting there watching films or playing. I'd be watching reruns of The Office again and again, probably.
What's the Wi-Fi signal like on Mars?
Probably not good.
Because if I've got
I've seen The Martian. It takes him 24 hours to get a message across. So probably not good.
But that's Matt Damon. He also eats potatoes grown out of poo.
True. Yeah, it's true.
I'd eat a poo potato if it means I get some peace and quiet. Come to Sudbury. We're basically there.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, there's some lovely paddleboarding to be had in Sudbury.
All with Webb's feet.
Yeah. Oh,
anyway.
fantastic. It can't be that bad. There's a Waitrose.
Yeah.
Right. So
anyway,
and on that bombshell,
on that bombshell of a Waitrose in Sudbury, let's end it there.
Yeah.
Right, take care, everyone. Thank you very much. We'll be back again live tomorrow for question time, answering your game dev and Unreal Engine questions live. What content can you look forward to? A really cool video to check out on the Patreon channel for those on Patreon. If you're not supporting us over there, head over there. It really does help. Not just with the channel, but also Mimic too. But we've got a cool video series starting over there called related to smart objects, and we're starting to show you some like advanced stuff with smart objects, which is kind of fun to see that sort of behavior kicking on. So yeah, really do recommend checking out those videos coming out if you haven't seen them already. There's more stuff on the way. We've got stuff about player menus, and I'm working on some other things too. I've been making a Monopoly game. I don't know if it's going to be a good video series to do or not, because you're making Monopoly, but I can make a video series about how to make Monopoly if you want. So that'd be cool. Anyway,
I like the pinball one.
Yeah, I need to finish the pinball one. Yeah, that'd be a good one to do. Yeah, working on it. Anyway, I best be off. Take care, everyone.
Yes.
Have a good evening, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.
I'll start my wave now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.